We're actually gonna have a virtual call for today. Why is AI good or bad? That's the question. Why is it good or why is it bad? Either side, right? Just gonna talk about this freely, just because, just to flesh out any ideas. Just unscripted, just chat, right? So, welcome to the graffiti jungle. Paulo Palingue. Benvenuti nella giungla del graffiti. Questo è Impostore, Dog Star. It's the fake rockstar chat show. Pensieri Tangentiali, formerly known as Tangential Thoughts Chat Show. We got a podcast we'll be tapping in with on Monday. On Monday. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to get through the weekend. Today it's almost Friday. Sono to capo, io sono Chief Gihareh, Julius Caesar, Gihareh, Napoleon, Mao Zedong, Chief Gihareh, Mussolini, Kiro, Kim Jong-il, Kim Il-sung, Genghis Khan. All right. So, with that being said, what made me say like, okay, well, just like talk about this in a third. I saw a response video, and apparently the response video was an AI response. So it was, the AI is partly uncharted territory, and so what's created with the AI is there's nobody can say, oh, well, that they own this or that and the third. Like, there's no ownership within it. You see what I'm saying? So what ended up happening was, it's always McDonald's. None of the other fast foods, it's always McDonald's, bro. I don't know that. I don't know what to say about that. But okay, McDonald's. Again, I saw a response video, and the response video was made from AI. I didn't see the original video or ad commercial that McDonald's had, whatchamacallit. The question says why, which means you're supposed to give an explanation as to why you think it is bad. The question said, the question literally starts with why. It doesn't. The question doesn't start with is. It says it starts with why, which means you need to give it a more bad or good is just not an acceptable response to the question. That is the prompt to participate effectively in this dialogue or conversation. So, and again, it's not about agreeing or disagreeing. It's just sharing viewpoints. It's bad because it's bad. Okay, you're blocked. You might be a little bit slow. You might be a little bit slow. And every person that does that, that now does not plan to give an acceptable answer is just like, that's just an easy way to, go about it from there. Okay, so it was McDonald's. I didn't see the original what did McDonald's post, right? I didn't see the original McDonald's ad or commercial, but apparently it was AI generated, right? But I saw the response video, and so there was like, unfortunately, I have to use AI to combat the AI, right? I have to use AI to combat the AI. I don't know, people look at me and get insecure. People look at me and get jealous. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I don't know why people, there's no fame, there's no fortune, there's no nothing. But people look at me and start acting weird. I don't know. I don't know why that just comes out of them. They just want to expose that. They just want to expose that character around me. I don't know why. But the response video apparently had the same character from the original video. Again, I didn't see the original video, but the people in the comment section was like, it came from the original video. Now, this will get into a point. The first acceptable answer says AI is bad. Okay, they take a stance, and here's the why. Because AI is slowly taking over artists' careers and is also getting realistic. The point of the matter is, I have something to go against that. You feel like you're replaceable. It doesn't, with AI being there or not, it's just that reality that you are replaceable. and which means that either one, you need to cultivate or your craft and your skills so that you're not replaceable. Needs to be something along those lines, or it needs to become a tool to empower you and that you add to your toolbox. That's how I would kind of talk about that. It's taking away jobs that are meaningless and pointless anyway. There's not a lot of jobs just over broke. There's not a lot of whatever where people say, I feel fulfilled. I like what I do. I enjoy what I do. I like my time, how my time is spent. A lot of jobs, a lot of people are working at call centers and their secretaries, and now the AI is just doing that. You didn't feel like that wasn't a meaningful job anyway. You got cashiers and this, that, and the third. Now you got self-checkout and you can just do that third. There's a lot of the jobs that the AI is taking over were meaningless and pointless regardless. And within the arts, you need to cultivate and create your skill. However, it can also help you create and cultivate your skill. You can generate a prompt in which it will help you either flush out your idea way quicker, or it can be used as something to say, well, how can I refine this? This looks AI generated. How can I replicate this so that it looks human, man-made for those who may or may not even really appreciate it? Like you said, it's becoming more and more realistic. So, but the thing is, more people will say how bad or whatever it is, but yet they're consuming more and more AI generated content. They're not consuming more realistic human content. They're consuming more and more AI fake content. So it's not like that they don't want to see it. Because if you didn't want to see it, you were like, I'm not watching this. You wouldn't leave a comment on it. You will watch, people will, I'll use myself for example. People will watch my video and don't leave no comment or don't do this, that, and the third, boom, boom. So, or they'll say something negative, but comments, remember, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It just increases the engagement. You will stop to watch an AI video. You're gonna comment on an AI video. You will stop, watch, comment. You're more likely to engage, even if it's just to call it bad, on an AI generated content video than you would scroll past a real human. I don't wanna see this. And then it comes to the AI slop, and then you like, I'm gonna stop and watch this. However bad it is, just to judge it, critique it, and even if you do or don't watch it, and that has your attention, that has your engagement, right? AI and art. As an artist, I dislike generative AI. Well, that means you're gonna have to start to distinguish the types of AI. Again, one of the things I say that with people, so one of the most Googleable how-to questions is how to draw, which means a lot of people are not really a lot of people are not that creative in that sense, especially with their own hands. But they do have ideas. So the AI allows them to create these ideas that they probably wouldn't be able to generate on their own. So is that bad? Because now we have more ideas that are being fleshed out. We don't have these ideas that's going to the graveyard. Now it's just, I want to make a cartoon. Type it up in the internet, it'll make a whole cartoon for you. I want to see SpongeBob with Attack on Titan graphics. Or I want to see Attack on Titan with the last Avatar graphics. And it's just a prompt and you can see it and you can just generate that. And you don't have to wait for an artist. You don't got to pay another artist to do it. The AI will do it and it'll do it for free. So that makes more creativity, more art being generated. Because more ideas are being fleshed out. For those who are not artistically inclined, they have a space and a way to create more ideas. It is not just confined to the artist. Now, if the artist truly is artistic, then they should be able to also use it and cultivate it in such a way that it's even more profound or robust or compelling. I don't believe AI is inherently bad on its own, but like anything else in the wrong hands, it can bring out the worst in humans. Okay, there's a point to be made. It's just, for example, like I'm just gonna say weapons, but you know the one that rhymes with fun, it's fun until the wrong person has it. You know, the calculator is only as smart as the person using it. The calculator is gonna can only use the C or CE button. C just clears the last input. CE clears everything. That's just for those who, but otherwise, just press them all 87 times. Just like the Roman times. Ain't no way I'm gonna make it as an animator. And so there's the negative comment that you probably could have had in 2015, and now it's 10 years later, and I've seen women, I've seen girls, and the girls will make a joke and say when he's playing a game, so you gotta spawn into his game, you gotta become a NPC player in his game, and the girls are standing on the wall, and the picture, and it makes a whole video of the girl jumping into the screen and becoming a Call of Duty character and start twerking. And it's like you don't have that excuse anymore because all you have to do is type a prompt. And there are certain people that are like, this is the prompt I used to get this effect. You can take that prompt, put it into the generator, and now you have a whole cartoon. You have a whole video. There's no, and it's so like, what then becomes the focal point is the idea. Well, why would I watch this over this? If they're both AI generated, I'm gonna just say SpongeBob for some reason, because I think SpongeBob movie's coming out, and Ice Spice had on she had a white dress on, but you could see her long. I'm trying to if you can it rhymes with long. Yeah, you could see that in her white. Anyway, and she's promoting a big guy, big guy. All right, this is how. Why would somebody watch your cartoon? One of the other days, I watched a cartoon, and I'm not going to say it was wonderfully animated. I'm not going to say it was wonderfully animated. All it looked like is if you was like panning over. There's not a lot of movement. You know what I'm saying? It was one of these type of whatchamacallits. But it was and what did they do? So the artist really had one of these moving type of joints. So they drew the characters in there, but then they just used the audio from an actual person and put that over top of it. And they just animated this. So there was an interviewer, and the person was answering the question, and the animator just animated what you would probably potentially see from what they were talking, and it was a funny thing, right? Or I've been seeing the Boondocks with the balloon pop show, and they had Granddad on the balloon pop show, and it was like Granddad. Like, so it was like we don't get to have Boondocks episodes no more, but now you got people saying like, man, Boondocks in 2025 the numbers would do astronomical numbers. You see what's going on right now? Marijuana just got reduced from a class, I think 1 to a class 3 medicinal usage drug. It was like, yeah, some of them are getting released tomorrow. Some PDF files. I'm not sure. I don't really know what's going on, but I just know Netflix was about to buy something for $87 billion, and then somebody had a counter offer for $200 billion. I think they laundering. I don't know. I just can't prove it. It's stuff like that though. You see, it's a lot, but the Boondocks would be great in 2025 right about now. So let me see any more good answers. I feel like it will get to a point where creators won't be needed. Now, how bad is that? People now are, and for whatever reason, I don't want to use the word insecure. I don't want to use the word jealous or envious or anything like that. But with the creators being a thing, and then is there a point in which that it no longer would truly, it kind of sort of exists? Because, now people kind of sort of complain about it. They talk about Casanat and I Show Speed in them in such a ways. But if that's no longer a thing to be able to do, then a lot of people would say, dang, that was the time to be alive. A lot of people complain about that stuff right now. But it was like, dang, that was a time like you could actually do that. And then no longer being in a place where you can actually do it. So it's either, which one of something has to happen, right? Whatever needs to happen so that there's progress and moving forward, so that whatever is either it does take over and people, that's all they want to consume because they don't have to look for, real human content, or people will then, there's going to be so much influx of that AI content that people are going to start to crave more human, generic, authentic content. Something has to happen. And it's going to, the pendulum always swings. You see what I'm saying? So there has to be some type of, if it goes to one extreme, it has to go to the other extreme. That's just because it's the middle road. I forget the word right there for the middle road, but it's one of those. All right, then this one, let me see the next good comment that we can respond to. We're done, guys. AI knows you better than you know yourself. People are more comfortable, telling their thoughts, intimate feelings, and this and the third to ChatGPT. ChatGPT could take over therapy if it wanted to. Because people they'd rather talk to a robot than a person who could judge you. You know what I'm saying? Judge you silently, but not tell you that they're judging you. A therapist needs a therapist. AI should only be used to make background art and validate your psychotic emotions. It gives you a space to do that, right? It's like, um, you now have a space to, oh man, I have this thought, and just to just brain dump it, trauma dump, whatever it is. That's like, there's a little bit of mental illness within all of us. How do we decide to hide it is up to the person and what they did with their life and their living. So it's like you got this little thought, and you're like, I'm gonna just dump it into the AI generator type of thing. But at least it's no longer just in your head, and you can keep on moving with your life. AI adapts though. What happens when it learns? What happens when it learns what humans learn? It already has that. It has the entire everything that's on Google goes into the Chat GPT, right? That's like the perfect whatever, right? Everything that's on Google, everything that's ever on the internet is just available to the AI. Now, the how well then it becomes a matter of the the search engine, how quickly it can access and find, you know, and scour the internet, how quickly it can access and find and scour files and information all over the internet. And so I forget the name of the movie, but there's a movie, and at one point in the movie, they have a supercomputer in the movie. I forget the name of the movie and what that supercomputer called, but that's basically what ChatGPT is, and it knows everything and it knows everything, everybody, everywhere. I think that's also another movie I should probably watch. Everything, everybody, everywhere, all at the same time, or something like that. But it's already learning, and so that's why there's a picture. There's a picture that I recently liked, and it has robots in a museum, and the human skeleton is at the computer. So it's a human skeleton at the computer, and the robots are looking at it in the museum. And so there's a couple concepts with that. One, aliens viewing us in a museum or art exhibit, and robots viewing us in a museum or art exhibit. And so that's another way that some people kind of talk about Earth, like that we could just be a show. Like they talk about a simulation, but it's like, oh, look at the humans. What are the humans doing today? And like we are the show type of thing. Um, let's see the next good comment. And AI can be both or whatever. Get to AIs, and boom, you turn that. You have the best, most optimized content. Turn you being generated procedurally. Okay. Let's see the next. What happens when a human thinks a computer can think? A computer can't learn. A computer is only capable of what is programmed. You know, that's the thing about you as well. That's the thing about you as well. You only can process information that's either presented you. There was a conversation about free will the other day, and whether or not it truly does or does not exist. So the part that you're calling your free will is you rationalizing what your subconscious presented to you. Your subconscious said, do this or do that, and you said yes or no to it, and you thought that was free will, but you didn't, the behind that part. But the subconscious cannot give you any other thing outside of what it has experienced or what it knows, the information, knowledge, and experience that it has or knows. Your subconscious cannot produce anything outside of what it knows. So you're a computer, and it's not saying that you can't learn. I'm based off the way that you phrased it. The way that you phrased it is very similar to that. You are not capable of generating an idea outside of the scope of the information or knowledge that you already have. That's just, and in that right there as a blanket statement makes sense. Because how could you? How could you give an idea, an original thought, an idea that is not associated with your experience, knowledge, or information that you already have? You can't generate anything outside of that. So that's just the way that your statement is phrased is the same thing. The way that your statement is phrased is basically the same thing. No, you can think to do what? So with the PhD, right? A PhD, this is what the analogy has been given to me about a PhD. There's a circle of knowledge, and then you add to that circle of knowledge. You add a little boop to that circle of knowledge. But what is that doing? It's based upon the information that's already present. So it's just you compiling it in a different way and saying something extra in another certain way, but it's based off of what's already there. I can decide to do it or not. I will fight the thoughts all the time. Is that the free will? You deciding whether you do or not wasn't the part. It's the fact that your subconscious was had already presented to you, and you can't alter that. You can't alter that, and it's only going to give you based off what you know and do this and a third. Your experience and your knowledge and your like based off your experience and your knowledge and the information that you only have. You're not. You can only. I think Mr. Beast has also talked about at some point when you're sitting there trying to generate ideas, you're going to come to a point where it's like, yeah, I'm kind of like tapped out. And so what are you going to have to do? You're then going to have to read a book. You're then you're going to have to outsource some information or knowledge from another source. So you're going to have to read. You're going to have to read a book. You're going to have to watch a video. You're going to have to You're going to have to find something else to get any type of other knowledge. And then it's like, okay, I have more ideas now. But it's because you accumulated or assimilated some newness into there. Capable just did. It's called creativity. How do you think people create things? Okay, that's blocked. I'm not gonna read that. No, somebody has an idea and they masterminded it. You can that. I'm not accepting any answer that just says good or bad. It literally says why, and I am not with this new generation that cannot think independently. The question, it does not say is. It says why is, which means you need to give an explanation. Oh, prison brain. So now I no longer need to talk to you. I no longer need to talk to you. No, okay. All right. So from there, like I said, I didn't see the original video, but it was like, unfortunately, I have to use the AI to combat the AI. I have to use my enemy's weapons against my enemy or something like that. And so the video, now the way that it was responding to the McDonald's AI video, again, I didn't see the original one, but it was the fact that the character in the McDonald's video apparently was used in the response video. And then from there, it was things that were noted. The script that the AI character said, you know what? Usually, if it's a McDonald's video, what are you then not going to see in the McDonald's? You're not going to see Wendy's. You're not going to see Burger King. You're not going to see any of McDonald's competitors in that video, right? Because it's a McDonald's commercial or ad. And so, but since it's AI and this person is trolling McDonald's, they're like, well, you know what? Since this is the AI character and nobody's paying me, I don't have to follow a script that somebody tells me to say this and a third. I can say whatever I want to say, and I can eat whatever I want to eat. And I think towards the end of the video, she turns into a burger, and then rats come and eat the burger. She turns into like a couple burgers. So she's like, yeah, I can eat Burger King, and I can eat Wendy's, and I can eat McDonald's, and I can eat this. And so it was like the AI thing didn't have to whatchamacallit. It can go to this and the third. And she was like, yeah. And then she just, now if you've seen the movie Weapons, it looked like the grandma lady in Weapons. It was giving those type of vibes. And then she was like, ha, 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 this and the third. And then she like, she like slapped her head down, and then but she turned into like a pile of burgers. And then she turned into a pile of burgers, and then a whole bunch of rats came and ate all the burgers, and that's how it ended. So it was just that was the thing, right? But then today I saw the fact that McDonald's came and apparently they retracted the video or deleted it or whatever. And it was like, I didn't understand why. Because it's like, you already made the video. I don't care if somebody's complaining about the video, right? There is The Wolf of Wall Street, there's no such thing as bad publicity. You already made the video. It's already been reposted. People are already talking about it. What was the point of deleting the video? It's crying over spilled milk. Why are you offended? And so if it offends you, that's healing that you have to do as a person. I don't care why you're offended. You need to figure out why you're offended and go heal and go do better or stop talking to me. There's no like, you see what I'm saying? If you can be offended by something that's a video that has nothing to do with you inherently, then that means you need to figure out what it is about this video that offends you so much, and you need to go heal that part of yourself. Because there's no reason a video that has nothing inherently to do with you, whatchamacallit. So that if, and again, in a general sense, if you feel like it's gonna replace you, it's gonna happen anyway. You're delaying the inevitable. It's gonna happen regardless. You, like, the worthless part of your life, all this and a third, it's going to happen. Like, you feeling worthless, you need to either get over it or find something else. Because it's like, if you talking about, if it's making you feel like you can be replaced, you're already replaceable. If you feel like you can be replaced, you're replaceable. Why are you trying to prevent something that's going to make you, that's like, oh man, I don't like this, it makes me feel replaceable? It doesn't, it's called, you are. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. You can't be mad at it because it makes you feel replaceable. That means you already felt replaceable to begin with. There's just something there that just affirms that feeling. So why are you combating that anyway? You need to pivot, move. You need to go. You're scared of growth. You need to go do something else. And and this is why I used to throw this out there, but it's just, what's the one thing that you say that AI can't do? Can't be. And go do that. And go be that. Go be a human. Go be creative. If AI can't be creative on its own, if AI can't be human, then you need to figure out a way to do that. If that's what makes you gonna feel this and the third. That's just that. That's not a hard concept to grasp, but it is at this point in time with the transition between these eras and these times, and that is a thing that makes it a little more difficult in that sense. But at some point it's gonna be easy, like, oh, this is what we just do now. This is how we live now, And so this is why with Joe Rogan and Elon, and a lot of jobs out there. Joe Rogan and Elon, what did Joe Rogan and Elon say? Elon said, it's gonna come a point in time where the people don't gotta work. And that's what people really want. There's a meme and it's like, deep down, girls don't wanna work. Deep down, girls don't wanna work. The girl was like, it's not deep down at all. Don't nobody wanna work? Don't nobody wanna work? So that's not the thing anyway. The scary part is, well, how do you live where you don't have to? The scary part is, well, how do you do that? And again, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You trying to delay the inevitable. And so it's just another rhetoric philosophy to even think about. Would you rather it happen after you pass away? Imagine passing away and it's like, oh man, they don't gotta work no more. You wish it would have happened sooner, right? So those are just some of my thoughts on it. Those are some of my thoughts on it. And it's just something to think about. It's something to really think about, man. It wasn't, because one of the things was, with it being bad, it was bad a couple years ago, in the sense of it didn't look good, but it's not bad anymore. So it being bad the conversation of it being bad isn't the quality. The quality is now there, and it's only getting better. So I didn't look at it as the bad conversation was, get this slop out of here. It's not slop anymore. It looks pretty good. It not only does it look good, it looks better than anything that you could create. Right? And again, if it becomes that point, if it looks better than anything that you yourself can create, it's not bad. So you can't. That's not a bad reasoning anymore. That was the only thing for in the third. And then, like I said, it literally gives people who are not artistic and are not as creative in a one point to now have that space to just work on their prompts and say, create this, generate a picture like this. And that and is like the things to invest in now. If you're into stocks, bonds, and cryptocurrencies, you know, fintech was a thing, but that was financial technology. But I'm not sure if you've seen Nano Banana, Banana Nana. Is Nano Banana, not Nano Banana, Nano Banana, Banana Nano, whatever. That's like this new thing, and it's on a lot of different platforms. And I don't even know how they like it's getting me because it's in a lot of different spaces. And it's like a lot of spaces have given it up to them. So I don't even know where that came from or if it's just this umbrella type of thing, right? Um, but you see that so the other conversation for today was um since we're talking about money, make it make sense. Not bad Bath and Beyond, but Bath and Body Works sense. I ain't talking about sense like that. I'm not talking since yesterday. I'm not talking in a time reference sense. I'm not talking dime, nickels, and penny sense. Well, actually, logical sense. Yeah, we are actually talking dime, nickels, and penny sense. They was like, you know how much money they put into the AI stuff and how much they're continuously putting? Zuckerberg, jokingly or seriously, I don't know. He said 600 billion. That was one person. That's one person, one company, metaverse, right? That's one person, one company. Everybody else is in a third. They also talked about, I don't know this whole thing about water. People complain about water and how the AI is consuming water. Somebody tried to talk about AI has some type of water consumption, and there's talking about somebody with the meat packing industry or something like that. But it was like people with the meat packing industry was like, that one's natural. This one's not natural, and this one can give resource back into the economy. The AI one can't. Is now just like polluted. But I'm not sure how this whole AI. I'm not sure this connection between AI and water. I don't know what's going on with that. But the amount of money companies are investing into it, right? And so it was actually like as of right now, the so you would say a profit is when there's a surplus, when the income is higher than the cost. Um, think about that. So they say right now, the amount of money that they have put and invested into AI is way more than the amount of money that has um, been generated from the AI. Okay. Yeah, hold on. I said that right. The amount of money that has been invested into AI has is I think is almost in the trillions. And the difference between a million and a billion and a million and a trillion. That I think the income generated from AI might be in the millions, but the cost has been in the billions. Even if it was in the billions, that's 100 times more than it has generated. So it doesn't have a profit right now. It doesn't have a profit. Whatever income is being generated from the AI as of right now doesn't have a profit. It's almost like building a bridge. With a bridge costs a lot to build, but after a while they paying the toll. You paying $3, $5, $10, $15 for every person that comes through that toll. It'll pay itself off, and then it'll just be the maintenance and then you just have like da 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 boom, boom, boom. So it was like the companies aren't looking at the cost of how much it's costing right now, because it's what happened. What is it? Because what is the point and what is it doing? It's getting rid of, all right, this whole sector of people right here no longer have to pay them. Get rid of all these people over here. We don't gotta pay them at all. How much money did we just save? Whew. All right. Now how can we get rid of this sector? Now that's just all that money right there, and we keep the profits up. Keep the profits up. And then so it's like the investment now to replace people from a company aspect is great. Invest the money now, then you can get rid of all these people, get rid of this department, get rid of that department, and then at some point the business, what the business is what business is booming, and there's not a lot of human error or this, that, and the third. And if you do, it's just we'll just spot check this or spot check that. Every once in a while, you might have to like step in and look at how it's going. But from there, you saved yourself a lot. You saved yourself a lot of money by not hiring people. You know, people don't like customer service anyway. They like the customer's always right, and they're not. You know what I'm saying? So you get rid of all this customer service. People are people gonna be? How mad can a person be with a robot? How mad can a person be with a robot? And it don't make sense. So much from call it, right? They can sit here and try to yell or this, that, and the third, boom, boom, and just let that robot do it. And we ain't gotta even talk about this. You can get rid of all that, all them little feelings and emotions you got. Don't nobody care. It's a robot. So, all that customer service is the whole thing, right? All that customer thing is a whole nother thing. So right now, it's worth whatchamacallit. As soon as AI is efficient enough to have it open source, it'd be worth nothing. A lot of them already are open source. A lot of them are already open source, and it still scares people. People are still scared. So they got the artist. What's the one artist? The one lady, like I said, she can't sing, but she has an AI artist. She can write though. She writes songs, and she has an AI artist that will sing her songs. She can't sing. So what is that, right? Is that good or bad? Because now you have an AI artist competing with actual human beings who can sing. And again, if it was so bad and people didn't like it and this and the third, there's no reason she should have millions and millions of views and comments and engagement. There's no reason that her AI artist is signed to a multi-million deal. And there's been people who've been writing and singing for years and years and years. And then this AI thing just to a person who can't even sing. If that was the case, because the point of the matter is, if you care so much about the artists and what they're doing, because remember, the reason some artists aren't thriving is because of what? The lack of support from the people that know them. The people that know them have seen them and decided not to interact, not to engage. But when they see this AI thing, they supporting it, they liking it, they comment, they engaging, they all of that. But when it's a person that they know is talented, I ain't supporting that person. I don't want that person to be famous. I don't want that person to be successful. Not more successful more than I am. This person don't need no, This little fake AI thing, they give all the support in the world. Give all the support in the world. It don't matter. That's affecting a lot of people. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that you know that are like, man, she can sing. This person's funny. This person can act. This person can dance. This person, I really this and the third. And now it's like, but why were they never able to really? Why did not everybody like push and everybody corral and say, man, we need to make sure this person is a dancer in real life, and that's all they need. This person is really great at dancing. We need to make sure this person's a dancer. They don't need to do nothing else. That they are really good at this right here. And now they don't. Now they don't dance because that's not how life went. And now they working over on doing other things. I'm like right now. I'm really thinking of person I grew up in high school with. They could dance, and I'm talking. They could. I'm telling you, in high school, I would have put this person up against Chris Brown type of thing. Like they could really dance. But yet, because of life and this and the third, boom, 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 why doesn't everybody corral around this person to support this person and just say, yo, this is all they need to do. Just be a dancer. This person is an artist. All they need to do, just be an artist. Why is it so much whatever? But when it comes down to this fake stuff, they like it, they watch it, they engage it. It's all this whatchamacallit. And it's easy to watch. Yeah, so it's a thing, man. It's a definite thing here of how and why is artists, um, how and why are artists have been stifled for so long, and then yet people claim that, oh man, it's this and the third, da da da, woo, woo, woo. But you wasn't supporting the artist, the human natural artist, but for so long.